Is the back end of it good?
Yeah,
is it like
back end's good. I just have it so it's like our knees and up, kind of.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it'll just be the three of us sitting there.
Your GTI though, man. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so wasn't really sure about it because like the cost and everything. Then I went and test drove one yesterday. And as soon as I was in the seat, I was like, yep.
Is it a manual?
No, it's automatic, the DSG. Okay. But it's sweet. It's got the sports seats with like the bucket seats, all leather, the moonroof that has like the pane of glass that comes up.
That's baller.
It's like 250 horsepower or something.
I mean, for that little car too, that shits and gets.
Dude, it goes. The exhaust, it was like crackling and popping and stuff when I was shifting. I was like, this thing's sweet. I didn't even get on it yesterday just because it's...
You're with the guy.
I'm not going to go crazy.
I mean, I'm sure that there's probably been like at the dealer where people will have, they're like, dude, can I punch this thing?
Oh yeah, I could tell because he had it in sport from the get-go and he like put it in the manual mode so I could use like the paddle shifters and stuff.
Yeah.
And he definitely was, and he has a GTI too, the guy that sold it to me, or the sales guy. So he was egging us on a little bit to get on it, but I was like, we'll take it easy. But yeah, it's gonna be sweet. I was
You gotta do anything to it?
Right.
not yet. I maybe different wheels at some point.
Sounds
just
pretty modified already.
Yeah,
mean,
if
it
you got
comes
the
pretty nice stock.
Yeah.
You could always get like the APR tune.
The
and
tuning's
gets
crazy.
it like they
Tuning
just
kits
like
are
chip it
nuts.
basically, and it gets like an extra 50 horsepower. Like
How much does that cost though? Another like
it's like another grand,
Grand,
but I
I
think you can do it at the dealership, so it's like
Really?
warranty covered and stuff, which is crazy.
They cover a tune
That's what
kit.
he was saying. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So
those are
pumped
unreal.
about that.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about like that too, where it's all you can do is literally just put a microchip in. Your car has
Right.
X amount more horsepower. Is insane.
So it's
to
like
me.
literally like a software update that unlocks everything. It's
yeah,
kind of
it's
wild
like
that
it's
that's
like
how it works.
Yeah, that you have to. It's like a video game. You have to buy the upgraded
Cheat
version
code.
of it. Joe, what'd you say you were doing to your truck?
Oh,
You-
man,
you
I'm
got the
probably
windows tinted,
I got
yeah.
it last year, dude. I've like tinted it out, and I got some like dark ass tint on it.
Yeah.
I need to just. I painted all my emblems and stuff. I've been doing a lot of stuff to it myself,
That's cool.
man. Fucking, I got a new exhaust I need to put on it. I just
You want to do that? You put it on the exhaust
I wanna-
yourself?
Yeah, dude. I've been doing a lot
Ooh.
of stuff. My dad has a shop, so I've been
There
fucking
you
just
go.
in there since I moved back. But
Yeah.
fuck, dude. I want to level it, get some rims on it, do some things to it. I don't know. It's like a 2019. I already put 30,000 miles on it from when I bought it.
Well, you took it down to Texas too, right? Did
Yeah,
you
I
drive
put
it
a
all
lot
the
of
way down?
miles down and back,
Yeah.
towing and stuff. But I've been liking it so far, man. It's just way different. It's red.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll get it wrapped.
Hey, that would be
That'd be
That would be
sweet.
badass.
I
Wrapped
thought
in an
about that.
F-150.
Do
I
it on the,
forgot. Let me.
What sound check?
Yeah, I never looked to see if like the levels were good.
It's
It looks like
picking
they're
up.
good though. Yeah.
Okay. That's
I'm just
all right.
gonna make
We're
it
just
so
sitting,
these
We're sitting here
record.
talking about
Time out.
trucks.
Yeah.
That is the 2019s are fire though, dude.
So,
like you
believe it or
can.
not, I like those. So when I was looking for them, I could have bought a new 2022.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of the problems they're having with them are like the chips in some of the newer trucks. They have a lot of issues, dude. Like they're always getting traded in. They're always in for service.
Yeah.
My dad buys trucks religiously for his business, so like he always has like the newest F-150 every year. He's always on a cycle because he burns through them.
Oh, I'm sure.
He has like big F450s, F600s. He has like the big boys, right?
Damn.
So like we're always at the Ford dealerships, and they said like if you can get anything 2020 and below, like with low
Yeah.
miles on it, get it. Cause,
Right.
And I mean, dude, I've had knock on wood here, right? Like no problems with it. So it's been 30,000 miles in, and it's
Yeah. I like the 2019 body style too. Like
Yeah.
a heck of a lot. I mean, like.
I just need to get a new grill on it, dude. I hate the grill. I
Really?
don't know what it is. It's like it's not the one with like the lines on it. It's like it's like a grate. If that makes any sense. It's like it's like a grate, and I just need to get rid of it. But
Oh, I know what you mean. It's like that, like
and it's whatever, dude. Like it looks fine because like every detail on it is black on the truck. It's just black and red, so whatever. But
Fits.
yeah. You doing anything to this thing?
Man, so my pap, he did level this because
Oh, he
like
did? Yeah.
it was so front heavy that it was like the front was popped up a lot, and he
250s
used it.
are, man.
Yeah, he used it to haul his car around. But I might have to be getting new rims on it soon because there's a couple that are pitted, like they're starting to pit on it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like even how much like I've cleaned it and kept up on it,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Just
shit.
happens
It's
either
12
way.
years old now.
When are you
Yeah.
gonna get on your dad vibes? Put a cap on it,
Dude, literally, I thought about that whenever I was detailing because
Yeah.
I would have to take everything off, and then I had the tank in the back. So the tank sits about like 3 or 4 inches above the top. So I would have to get like a custom one. But I've seen ones that they make for like Tacomas where it's like the soft roll-off ones.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Those are pretty badass.
Very nice. Yeah.
Cabs, like if you get like a full painted one though that's like enclosed, they can be like ridiculously expensive.
a lot
They
of
can be like
money.
$10K.
They make everything for Tacomas, dude.
Right.
Yeah, they're sweet. There's a lot of like customizable stuff with the Tacomas. That's one of the ones I looked at before
Tacomas,
So I went
Tacos
back
are
and
sweet.
forth between like, should I get a truck for like practicality or should I get like something that's fun to drive, easier to drive in the city?
Yeah. You
Went
got the
with
fun to drive.
Yeah, I was like, why not? I can get a truck in a couple of years if I need it.
Right.
I already
Right.
have a truck if you need me to haul.
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
like, we could-
exactly.
I'm like, my dad, he's got like not a truck, but he has an SUV. My mom has an SUV. I was like, worst case, I could borrow one of those if I had to. But
Yeah. That's all you need.
Probably
Right.
know people that you can.
yeah, we
need
know
something.
enough people that have trucks and stuff.
Bigger
So
vehicles.
Bro, I definitely thought that you were going to be down there last night at that event. I didn't.
Yeah,
what's that?
they,
All in-house thing?
they do, that fashion show thing,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So we were down
What's it
there
called?
last
It's
night.
called like Rock Steelers something.
Steeler Rock. I forget what
Something
it
like
was.
that.
It was
Yeah.
interesting though, man.
I
So
think
Julia's
it's
Julia's parents or Julia's dad was a big contributing factor when they made the stadium. So
yeah,
they did a lot of the work down there, and I guess
got
got the
invited.
invite there. And
That's sweet.
And dude, it was cool. It was very different. It was
Yeah.
very different. Just like see the players like wearing dress clothes and stuff. I mean, you see
Yeah.
like the game day pics, but it's
It's different
it was funny.
though in person. Yeah, I think it's just a pretty popular event, and like a lot of people want to go and like either watch it or work it. So they have a couple like freelance photographers that do like game days for the Steelers that go.
Okay.
And then like the Steelers' own interns and stuff go. So like they have a lot of people already there that do it, and there's nothing else going on for them on Friday, so they just
So is it? It's like the Steelers' own media team that runs that.
yeah,
Okay.
they go and do that stuff, and so they get it all covered for their social media and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, didn't get to do any of that, but we'll be there on Sunday, game day.
Dude, hopefully we turn it around. I mean,
I hope so.
Joe, what do you give the diagnosis of this Steelers team so far this year, man?
I'm like mixed, man. The preseason
Mm-hmm.
they had us bamboozled.
Literally,
They
they
had
did.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like. I've never really loved Kenny Pickett. I thought he was like
Mm-hmm.
a decent quarterback. Everyone in Pittsburgh loves Kenny Pickett. I just never loved him as a quarterback. But this preseason, I'm like, oh shit, maybe I was wrong about
Bro,
him.
literally.
He looked amazing, and then it's just. Then again, dude, like he's dealing with Matt Canada, who's arguably like the worst play caller in football. He's like ranked 32nd in every probably offensive statistical category there is. Like. I don't know, man. I think our offense is just so horrible. Our good defense can't even like play good. They're always on the field.
Right. It's
I don't know
tough.
everything, but it's tough to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also tough too whenever the defense is out there for so long too, like you said, where then it's like we just start to get ripped apart.
Dude, shredded. And I'm sure you're there watching. I'm sure they're getting
Yeah.
frustrated.
I can
Oh, yeah,
only imagine on the
frustration.
sideline.
You can just see it out of like bamboozled was a great way to describe it. 'Cause
That's
man.
an unreal
everybody
world.
was like playing the
Bamboozled.
parade, like this is gonna be the year it turns around, and then they come out and just look awful that first game.
I think I'm practical with
I
the
mean, all the
preseason
games
stuff.
so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
100%.
never have. This year, I was like, dude, we could maybe win a
Super.
Bowl.
We were
I was the
talking about it.
exact same
And
way.
I never say that shit with
Yeah.
the Steelers, like just because like, I know like we always get let down the past couple of years. So it's like,
Yeah.
don't say it. But this year I'm like, I don't know, man. Like
They have the
Literally.
great draft. They get like they work on all the spots that they need to.
play the Bills in the preseason.
They look good.
Smoked them.
Literally.
Bucks, the good teams we were playing in the preseason.
Well,
Yeah.
Kenny was making like unbelievable throws then
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
and then it was like we get into the real Showtime games, man, and it's like the balls get thrown
You
behind.
just gotta
people.
wonder what happened. Like if it was like
Well, you know what I think it is too, and like to kind of play devil's advocate. I think the issue with Kenny is like he's bouncing out of the pocket a lot.
Yeah,
A large part because no one's blocking for that long.
Right.
He needs to get the ball out quicker, I think. But regardless, like, you'd probably be inclined to miss throws and think people are about to smoke you whenever you are getting hit
Right,
every
yeah.
other play. Or
yeah.
Just-
I would admit too is Joe and Josh, you guys input on this, but I think Kenny's better with like the 2-minute offense.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
where it's just like they're rolling and hardly like going back to the huddle at all.
Yeah.
It seems like we move the ball before halftime is like the only time that we've moved the ball. I feel like.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
know.
It seems like anytime they get in that restricted time space where there's like they got to keep going. That's whenever the plays happen. It kind of was like that with Big Bento too. Like
Right.
he always had that 2-minute drill down. It was like we got 2 minutes to get 7 points.
He was the goat of 2 minutes.
No
bro.
worries. I'd love to.
It's like that less scripted. I mean, just from playing like at a way lesser level, it's just less scripted. It's just like on the fly, go like Kenny's like in stride. He's getting in a rhythm comparatively to where he's kind of very lackadaisical. They're calling plays, trying to do all this and that. It just just do some simple shit and just be different.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, I agree with you. It's like, what do we think about like the run game with Najee? Is it a Najee problem? Is it a?
No.
That's what I'm saying too. It's like everybody's like, Jalen should be getting the ball more. I mean, he rips off yards. I will say that he rips off yards. He's a big playmaker, but like it's also like
he fumbles a good bit every now and then.
He's in there because, and I think he gets a lot of the yards he gets is because we pass a lot whenever he's in there. So teams aren't really expecting him to run the ball as much.
I think
don't know.
we kind of, in my honest, I think we ruined Najee Harris a little bit.
We might
A little bit, bro.
I think they
a little
ruined
bit.
him.
Yeah.
Dude, like he looks timid, and I don't think it's a him problem. I think it's he's so used to them not blocking for him.
Right.
Like last year, you know what I mean?
Right.
Kendrick Green's your center. What do you? But then again, dude, I saw something today. Like every player we've traded, like offensive lineman wise, have gone somewhere else, and their ratings have been phenomenal
Through the roof.
through
Yeah.
PFF. So does it make you wonder? Is it literally just our scheme?
Yeah.
I saw other stats of how, like on Twitter, I love Twitter, how like we pass like 80% plus of the time out of shotgun and run 80+% out of single back.
It's too
predictable shit.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Like,
it's too predictable. It seems like.
So I don't know, man.
Maybe
Curious to see how they do against the Ravens, though.
Yeah, I think
It's
it'll
a
be
big one. I could see him show up tomorrow just because it's the Ravens, big rivalry game. It's always the teams that we're not supposed to beat or the teams that we seem to hang with. And then the teams that should have been easy, like Houston.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
They just
Dude,
shit the bed.
CJ Stroud looked like freaking Peyton Manning that game.
Yeah, that was awful.
Us.
Literally. I'm like, I didn't think this kid was that good, but he looks unbelievable.
But at the same time, you got to wonder, like, what would be better for the future of the Steelers, them losing this weekend or them winning? Because, like, they lose this weekend, I feel like they have to do something.
They got to make a change.
And I think bye week, like, it's time to
I think they'll give
ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they're going to fire Canada, man.
It's not a Steelers move in the middle of the season.
I don't think they fire him. People are always like, he needs to be fired. I think we all agree on that. I just don't think why would you... I think it only creates more problems.
Yes.
Yeah. If you do fire him, like even though it's been terrible.
Right.
No, it's a good point.
Yeah. Then what
happens?
Standard. Right. Then what happens?
Ride out the season and then worry about it after. Like come the finish it the right way. I guess that's kind of how the Steelers do it.
I do think maybe all Steeler fans could agree. If we're not going to be in the playoffs, I think we'd rather have like 1 or 2 wins. Get a top draft selection.
We never do, though.
Yeah,
we never do.
We never in our lifetime have ever seen that.
Yeah. It's like, and then Steelers fans are like, well, Tomlin is the winning coach. It's like, we also have the 27th pick now, and we don't get anybody good.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Omar's been promising. He's been making some moves and whatnot. We signed a lot of guys, but I guess that's what happens when you have a rookie quarterback, right? So
it is.
I
Takes
don't know.
some learning.
Do you think they can move on from Pickett after this year?
That's
Did they give him another chance? But
me and my dad were going back and forth about this one, where it's like, I feel like if anything, he's going to get a grace year, after this year for sure.
With a new OC.
Yeah.
But I think my thing is though, right? What I say, me and my friends were saying, this is the year to draft a quarterback. If you need to draft a quarterback. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Quinn Ewers, or whatever, how do you pronounce his last name? If J.J. McCarthy comes out, if he can, I forget if he can or not. But there's so many quarterbacks, I feel like, in college football that are big, strong arm quarterbacks, are mobile, can fit into a lot of systems. I don't know, man. It's definitely tough.
Speaking of college football, how about Pitt? You watch Pitt at all, man?
Hate to see it. Phil Dracovic.
That was insane. I mean, we played him in high school, man, and I remember playing on the sideline because I played the second half. I played backup corner. We were down 56-12, and I'm sitting there at halftime, and Phil's just ripping us apart. And our coach comes in, he goes, all right, second string, you guys are in for the rest of the game. I'm coming back out, and I'm like, oh, God, I hope Phil is not back in this game. He's just chilling on the sideline with his shoulder pads off, literally watching, like, the game film from the first half. I'm like, dude, that's insane.
I don't know what happened to him, man.
Right.
I think he is still a great football player. I think he just –
Yeah.
I don't even know, dude. Like, just a weird season. I guess he's been to what? This is his third school now?
Yeah.
Pitt? Where did he play? Boston College and Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And I forget what the whole story was, but didn't he get hurt at Notre Dame or something? And then
I think they had some quarterback that was terrible.
Or he played behind somebody.
Yeah,
and then
Notre Dame
happened.
Yeah.
Was it Ian Book he played
It
behind?
was Book, yeah.
Ian
It was Book.
Ian Book, he was horrible. He was
Right.
good in college, but like
Yeah.
people thought Phil should have played. He went to Boston College. He had a first good season at Boston College, a rough second one. What is he? Is he a sixth year or fifth year?
He's a sixth year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's
He
six.
took his COVID year, that's
yeah,
right.
because he's a year older than me.
Well,
Yeah,
he
he's the same
graduated
age
the
as
same
me.
year as
Yeah.
me. We used to go catch balls with him at Pine Richlands High School.
Yeah.
And then, like, we graduated the same year of high school, and he's still
Yeah, he's still
two
in
years
college.
still in after
Yeah.
I graduated 2 years ago. I'm like, what
That
the
shit
hell?
is crazy. Have you guys seen the dude from Oregon? It was his like 9th football season.
No.
Yeah, I
he's
saw
like
something on
28
Twitter.
or
Well, his
something like
medical
that.
redshirting, dude, and like, you see Virginia as a kicker that's
Like 30?
34?
Yeah.
It is pretty damn cool though. Whenever you have like some old ass guy out there that literally like has
That
lived
vet.
his life.
Weird, man.
He's got a whole family and everything.
Literally,
Like,
his wife and kids are coming to the game like it's a cult or a pro game.
yeah, that's
I
wild.
don't know, man. It's weird. We'll see what Pitt
I
does.
saw that they were moving him to tight end.
I
Yeah,
did see that too.
I
Yeah.
did see that. We'll see if that happens. You know the thing I was thinking too, like they're missing out, I feel like, on a lot of these high school kids. Dude.
Around Pittsburgh, man.
Dude,
Yeah, we can't get anybody.
Tyke Hayes from Aliquippa.
Yeah.
Unreal, just committed to Penn State. I feel like Penn State's getting a lot of kids, man.
Everybody.
Especially
One from North
here.
Catholic, just
Really?
committed to Penn State. He's a tight end. O'Hara.
O'Hara, Brady.
He's out with Brady O'Hara, dude. Yeah, he committed to Penn State, I think. Penn State's right with the Whitfield.
They come in with that helicopter. It's hard to.
Yeah, right.
That's insane. I saw that. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
That's different.
They came to a Seneca game last year, Central Catholic versus Seneca. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Really?
Franklin landed at halftime, watched some snaps, and then he left in the third quarter.
Crazy.
That's a whole nother
Imagine the
level.
budget of that football program. Like, have
It's like
your own
we-
helicopter and you
Especially,
fly all over PA
think
during
with
the
NIL
Friday
nowadays,
nights.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People probably donating a hefty change.
Oh, I'm
hey,
sure.
go get some good players. Do this, do that.
Wonder what like the wealthiest college football program is.
Ooh.
Like which program gets the most donations?
It's got to be a South school.
I
It's got to
think-
be an SEC
you
school.
know,
think?
you know what I think it is? I think it's Ohio State.
Ooh,
I'm
that's
sure
a
it's
good
a stat
point.
you could look
Something's
up.
telling me whenever CJ
Let's
Stroud, the
check.
first year of
Yeah.
NIL, I feel like the year CJ Stroud played with NIL, they were paying like millions for that offense. Maybe a
searching it
million
up.
or
Millions.
millions. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling it's probably them or
All right, let's search it up right now.
maybe who has good Alabama.
Ooh, all right. I'll give you a hint. It's a Big 12 team.
Is it USC? No, they're not Big 12. Fuck,
Nope,
they're Pac. Never mind.
Pac-12, which is not going to be a
Yeah,
conference
I don't
anymore.
know why
That's
I thought-
crazy.
yeah, I don't know why I
That shit's
thought-
so crazy,
Yeah.
man. They're going to the Big
12.
10.
Yeah, I know. I get them confused because they're moving around a ton.
I
I'm
would
trying
have
to
thought for
think.
sure
They're
it'd be
big-
like an Alabama or LSU or.
Alabama is in the top 4. I'll say that.
Okay.
12.
Try and guess the order. It's a Big 12 Southern school. I'll say that.
Southern.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on Big 12 schools.
I'm almost positive they're Big 12. I could be wrong. I
Who
could
is
be
it?
wrong.
Just-
Matthew McConaughey is a hint.
Where did he
I have
go?
no
Did he go
idea.
to Tennessee? Texas.
Texas.
They're SEC.
They're SEC now?
Yeah, I thought
they're
been SEC.
No, I thought they were Big 12.
I thought Texas
Am I wrong?
was SEC.
Am I wrong? Joe, you're probably right. Now I feel like an idiot.
Don't feel like an idiot. It's okay.
Is Texas Big
Texas,
12?
number 1.
Number 1.
Everything's bigger in
has
Texas.
to be an SEC school.
Dude, I think they're Big 12. 1 year co-anchors of the Big 12 conference, yeah.
No way, really.
Wait.
Why did I always think Texas?
They'll
was
leave.
SEC?
They will leave the Big 12 conference for the SEC in 9 months.
That's
they're
it,
leaving.
okay.
Yeah, they're
Maybe
leaving.
I'm thinking- I
that
thought they
makes
moved
sense
sooner,
though. I
yeah.
never understood why Texas was in the Big 12.
I don't know why I thought they moved this year, not next year.
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
wild.
Yeah.
Big time
Well,
money. Who's
You know,
Let's
why?
see- let's
There's
see.
no state income tax there.
Ah, yeah.
They're probably
That is
making more
crazy.
money technically off of their NIL. Like,
That is insane. Number 2 is Ohio State
yeah,
with
there you
Joe.
go.
Number 3 is Alabama. Number 4, can you guess it? Big Ten.
Michigan?
It is Michigan.
Yeah.
It
Makes
is
sense.
Michigan.
I bet Blake Corum carries that hard. He's their running back, dude.
He's a beast.
Dude, he has so many different. I always follow him on Instagram just because one of my best friends, Nikai Hill Green, he used to play at Michigan.
Uh-huh.
He grad transferred. He plays at UNC Charlotte now, but he would always like Blake he would always be in commercials doing this, doing that. Yeah, dude, like he makes probably a good change.
Well, it's crazy what was it, like Brawny, whenever he came out of high school, he was like worth like $8 million or something like that. Literally the day he graduated high school.
What do you think he makes nowadays? Not that he needs it, but
dude, it's got to be around that or more because didn't he sign with Nike already? Like
he
out
signed
of college?
with FaZe in high school because in California you can make money in high school on NIL.
Really?
Yeah.
You think like that's a good thing in high school for kids to have like brand deals and shit like that?
No, man. No, I hate
I feel like it's not ideal.
Like, you know what I think the issue is? I feel like a lot of parents control that.
Mm-hmm.
So like people
for
will
sure.
say it's good, but parents are taking all this kids' money and this.
Parents
and that.
living through their kids too with like they want them to be the best. They can show off to their friends. They get the money and stuff too. But yeah, I just think you give anybody under 18 getting large injections of money that they aren't like necessarily like ready for.
Yeah.
Just the recipe for disaster.
I think NIL in college is even still insane, dude.
Yeah.
Because whenever I was younger, it was always fun to watch the draft, and you see these like kids, man, they get drafted.
Yeah.
And, like they're crying, like their life changed. Nowadays, dude, no one's shedding a tear. They just hype to go to a new team. They already make $1 million plus.
They have the paychecks. The crazy thing is too, I mean, even with like basketball, like I think of like guys like Oscar Tshiebwe.
Yeah.
He was playing at Kentucky, and the reason he didn't go into the draft was because he was making like $3 million a year at Kentucky. And it's just like, why would you risk it at that point? Like ride that
what
out.
Program was it that this week they got all the seniors?
I saw
Rams,
that trucks.
Ram trucks.
I forget what team
Who
it
was
was.
that?
Yeah, the whole entire
team,
Utah,
every person.
Utah State,
Utah
State or Utah.
Brand
I forget
new
which one.
trucks.
The whole team,
How many
bro.
trucks is that? How many do you have on a roster in college?
I don't know if it was the whole team.
There's
or
a
if it was
lot.
just like the senior, or it was like everybody on scholarship. I think.
I mean, which
Shot
is still a
because
lot.
those are the ones that
Need it. Yeah, literally.
All right.
You got the walk on. Like, man, come
I
on.
wonder
I'm
how
still
many it
playing
was.
all this.
They were
money.
like nice ones too. Like they had like the nice interiors and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were the fully upgraded ones.
See, I think
saw.
that's
College
smart for NIL.
team.
Stuff like that is
It's
sick
cool.
to me.
Yeah,
You know what I
like
mean?
that shit's cool.
That's a usable thing too. Like now they have transportation.
Or Caleb
But
Williams, dude. He
100 free pickup trucks.
100.
Holy
No
shit.
way.
2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
The Bighorn
ones are
package,
nice.
It's
Dude,
part
they
of an
are.
NCAA NIL deal between the team and For the Win 360. Each scholarship athlete will receive
It is the scholarship
a
athlete.
Ram
It's
truck
crazy.
with the night edition
I'd
package.
be sick if
The
I was a
night
walk.
edition, they all
Oh
get
my
the black-
god, dude, I'd be sick if I was a
Are
walk
they
on.
all
I'd be
the
like,
same truck?
Yeah, they're all the
probably- I
same.
guarantee
They all
half of
have
them-
the custom skins and stuff
I
on them
guarantee
too,
half
though.
of them.
Oh, that's fire. Literally.
I bet you they're leases. I doubt they actually like own them.
yeah.
I'm sure it's like
I'm sure it's like if
they
you
give
play
them
on
to the
team,
player.
you get a truck.
Then when you graduate, you probably give it back.
I would be sick though if I was a walk-on guy. I'd be like, I'm leaving the team. I was like,
For
I don't
real,
get a
like, I
truck
don't get
now.
a
What
truck.
the hell?
Yeah.
But then again, like you're all driving the exact same truck now. Like it's
That
the
is
same.
hilarious.
They have it wrapped with like a wrap and everything.
That is so
Still
funny.
sweet though. Like
But real quick, I was saying Caleb Williams, dude. He gifted the USC girls. It was one of his sponsors or whatever. His Beats gifted the whole entire girls women's soccer team all a pair of Beats or
That's
something like
sick.
that. Stuff like that is
Yeah.
sick, man.
That's
Yeah,
Like,
that is really cool. I mean, like it's like a double-edged sword, I think, with the NIL because
yeah.
it's good that kids are getting paid for
Yeah,
like their likeness
for
and shit.
sure. I think
but
it
I
is
think it could
good.
be the wild, wild west, so to speak. Like right now,
I
it
just
seems
think they
like
need some guidelines and limitations
Yeah.
maybe on it.
yeah,
I think it's a great thing, honestly. Like I say, I'm unsure, but I think it's awesome that kids aren't because the NCAA makes so much money off these kids.
oh my gosh, it's insane.
You know what I mean? And like they barely see a fraction of that still with NIL.
Right? It's nuts.
So
We should probably say that this is season 2, shouldn't we?
yeah, we probably should say that. Yeah.
Season,
Welcome.
season 2.
We'll just call this the intro right here.
That was a great intro though.
That was
I loved
good,
it.
though. It's hype.
I season 2 though. We're out in
Out at
Westminster.
Westminster College, homecoming, fall.
State.
It's October. What
It
is
is
today?
cold.
October 7th,
7th.
2023.
it's moving. Man.
Season 1, season 2
Season
is
2.
starting now. Season 1, there's really gonna be no change. We're just kind of calling it that. just for the sake of calling it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to break it up.
Episode 1 of season 2, and a lot's happened since we last did one. 2 months have gone by.
It has.
You started a new job.
I have, yeah. I've been rolling.
I've been doing my stuff. Joe started a new job, technically, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit around that time, so.
Yeah.
He's back in the bird,
Back
baby.
in the bird.
Man, happy to be back.
Welcome back. And here we are.
Right on. Do you miss Texas at all right now, Joe?
Dude, I'm not gonna
With
lie,
the-
Texas was sick, man. Dallas, the only thing I didn't like was how many people were there.
Uh-huh.
Pittsburgh, like, you're only ever from Pittsburgh, right? You don't realize how big cities are.
Yeah.
Dude, like, Dallas is a huge city, man. They have like 10,000 plus people moving there a month. It's expensive.
crazy.
I don't miss the prices.
Yeah.
For,
My
like-
cousins live down there. They say it's insane.
I mean, I made a lot more money just because of no income tax. Like, that's actually like sick.
Yeah.
But, I miss the weather and stuff. It's just way different
Yeah.
than up here, man. It's like they always jokingly say you don't realize how many hills are in Pennsylvania until
you
you
get
go
back.
somewhere flat for
Yeah.
a while. Then I'd come back and visit and stuff every like now and then, and like, dude, I'm driving on 79, like, oh my god, this is crazy.
I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, seriously. But
Yeah,
Well, I was-
so much hillier than down there. It's
Yeah.
so flat.
I was just in Philly too, and I was blown away by like how many people were out downtown. And I'm like thinking in my head, because like you said, you get so used to Pittsburgh where you're like, there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of people down here, but I mean, you still think it's a big city.
Yeah.
And I'm searching up, I'm like, how big is Philadelphia, dude? They have 1 million people in
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia.
Philly-
What's
huge.
Pittsburgh,
I didn't
like 300K or something?
Yeah.
It's
Which
way
is
different.
crazy. You definitely
Pittsburgh's
think it's
small,
more.
man.
Pittsburgh lately, too, like, it is quiet, a lot quieter downtown now than it used to be, like, pre-COVID, I feel like. It's starting to come back a little bit, but
all those
you
damn
just...
lantern flies are down there.
Oh, my God. It's crazy. You don't see them up here, really. They're just all over
None in my
downtown
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
none in my house.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's all in the city.
Yeah.
It's like, it's insane. Well, I saw something too where they said that a car from Pittsburgh like transported lantern flies into Ohio or something.
They're going to start
And it's
making
like-
checkpoints.
It's like you're smuggling lantern flies into different
Invasive
states.
species.
Honestly, what do you get them out of here? Why not?
I wonder what you do though. What do you do for that? Just wait
Smash
till
'em.
Well,
wait
they
till
said-
winter until they
I
all
guess, but you
die.
Smash them, dude. You're
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah,
to smash them.
smash
They tell
'em.
you to.
They said that once it goes below freezing for the first time, it should kill them all off, but
But still, they're
it's surprised they're surviving like this. It's not that warm out. I don't know how they stay warm.
Yeah,
But they do.
It makes me wonder too, like where the hell did they come from? Like I never remember them ever being.
I've never heard of them when I was
In
a
my
kid.
life.
Now all of a sudden
Yeah.
they're like. a
Well,
thing.
they came from, I read something about it. They're from like Vietnam or something like that. They're totally
Vietnam?
invasive. They came
Holy
over on like a
shit.
ship or something, and slowly they just like they breed like crazy, obviously, and then they just
Yeah.
show up. They don't really harm anything other
Yeah,
than they
they
can
don't.
kill like
vegetation.
which is what they were worried about, like farmers' crops and stuff.
Yeah, I was
If
gonna
it
say
came
that's
and
not
like
good.
killed all that stuff by accident.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why you're supposed to kill them. But crazy how that stuff works though.
It, like there's been so many invasive species too when you think
Yeah.
about it that have like came in. Like stink bugs are still here. That
Stink
was an
bugs.
invasive species.
Do you
at
remember
first.
like when we were kids there was those weird like beetles?
like ladybugs?
Not ladybugs. You remember everybody had like those bags in their yard?
Are they like
Oh,
Those, like,
Japanese
brown
beetles.
ones?
Japanese
Yes,
beetles.
Japanese
and those were
beetles.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had like a couple of those bags in our yard one summer because they were like
Those
everybody's
things were
catching them.
annoying,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Those
they're
were
bad.
crazy.
They're bad for grass, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah, something like that.
They eat all the grass. Here I am
Yeah.
talking about grass. Never would have thought that. The funniest is like guys with their lawns when they get older. Why do you think that is? Like guys take such pride in their yards.
That's
think
a good one.
It says a lot
Yeah.
about you, man.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Like if you can do the little things right,
Yeah.
it starts there. You know what I
It's
mean?
nature, you know.
The
People-
presentation. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. You want your house, your yard to look good, like
You have people over. You don't want your grass to be torn up,
browned
dead.
out.
Yeah.
You want it to look
Mhm.
nice.
Right. Yeah, what's funny to me too is like it's like a neighborhood beef too. It's like
Mm-hmm.
who's got the best cut yard.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to that stage when I have like a place and I can start like cutting my
Doing
yard,
some-
like,
Literally.
build like a nice patio or something.
Dude, in Texas, no one has real grass.
Yeah, it's just all like
either
rocks,
it's
right?
dead and brown, or they use artificial turf everywhere.
Right.
I've
Really?
seen
That's
even
so
in Cali,
odd.
I think, where they just like spray paint it green.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
dude.
that's sad, honestly.
That
Disgusting.
is.
Because like growing up, like it was kind of fun to like go play in the yard and stuff. I feel like it's not as much fun down there.
Right. Right. No. Yeah.
You're
like you're
falling
playing
in
on
like
concrete.
sand, like
yeah.
in concrete, and like
Spray painted grass. Oh
yeah,
my God.
you come in, you're all green.
Is your grandma still up this way still, Josh?
Yeah,
she
she's
moved
still
out
up
yet?
here.
Okay.
No, she's still living up here
Nice.
at her house. She's thought about moving into like a group like retirement type home
Yeah.
stuff, but so far she's still here.
Nice.
How,
Sisters
she
up
lived
at
near
school.
Westminster?
Yeah, she lives like Well, it's like a mile down the street from the school, so close by.
Tell your sister to move in there. She gets
I told
you did that.
Well, I
didn't
did
you?
that
Yeah.
first semester, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, then I was like, I'm just gonna work at the club, right? But she thought about it. She wants to get an apartment or something next year. That's where I brought up that house. There's a house for sale across the street from yours.
Yeah.
Really?
And I was like, well, like we could buy that and just fucking, my sister could live there, and then we rent it out to like 2 people, and
Pays for itself.
pays for itself at that point.
Yeah, right.
And they just like
what
redid
house?
it. They flipped it. It's like it's literally, I think, like right across the street. It's like blue or something.
Is it a like a little ranch house?
No, it's like 2 stories.
I'm sure I'll see it. I haven't stopped there yet.
There might be a sign in front of it, but it's like 150K or something. But they bought it. You could see the history. They bought it like 2 years ago for like 50. And they flipped it, I think, and now it's like all nice on the inside.
Getting into flipping's so interesting to me too. It's just
you gotta be dedicated.
You gotta have
for
some
sure.
money, man.
You do.
You gotta have something to start with, and then once you can start kind of.
Yeah, you gotta front the money.
I do know the blue
out,
house you're talking about now I say that.
Yeah, you probably recognize it. It's like maybe like to the left of yours or maybe to the right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's an option. But yes, they're still all up here, and here we are. You're what, 6 months out of school now? How you feeling about it?
Good, man. I'm feeling good. It's been going well, man.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. I'm having fun. I have my own schedule. I get to hustle. I get to grind still.
Yeah.
And then kind of just like taking it day by day. It's like weird. It's definitely odd moving back home. I will say that. That was like tough to do for me and Jules right now. So like we're both at the grinding stage. Like I tell her, just like let's keep our head down a little bit longer. Keep grinding a little bit, and then we'll like
down,
figure
grind,
out. Yeah.
Save up that money.
It kind of sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like it sucks, but living at home with mom and dad ain't terrible right now. So like we're starting to.
I think we're all in that stage currently.
Yeah,
we're all at home, grinding, head down.
Well, I mean, I just moved home.
You just came back.
So like I'm living with my parents right now, and people get like discouraged by saying that. I'm like, dude.
It is what it is, man.
Dude, you're saving money in today's economy.
It's crazy.
Good for you, man. And I'm biased because that's what I'm doing right now. But
me too. I'm right there with you.
Literally thousands of dollars a month. Dude, I was paying like almost $2,000 plus a month in rent in Texas. So like to not be spending that anymore is like
insane.
Life changing. Like you could do stuff with your money, man. Invest it, save it. I mean, I got engaged, so that was.
Congrats about that. Hey, talk about that, Joe. What's the feeling of that? Were you nervous as hell like doing it?
Dude,
how was the feelings?
I wasn't nervous at all, man.
Yeah.
But I will say, Ashley, my fiance, she like she didn't catch on at all. She had no idea. But earlier in the week, she was here the whole week before I did it. She's like, "Oh, are you proposing to me?" But she always asked me that stuff. But like actually knowing that it was gonna happen, I was just like, I played it off really well. She said she had no idea, but like, man, once that happened, every night I was nervous as hell.
You're like, she knows, she's on to me.
I was like, she knows, she like, oh, it's ruined. But nah, man, it was definitely cool. It was everything you could ever wish for, and so it's gonna be a fun process going into planning a wedding and what the future holds for Pittsburgh or wherever, man.
Are you letting her do a lot, control like the wedding planning and just helping when she wants help? Is that how the plan is?
Yeah, I'm not picky at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like whatever she wants, I'm happy with. Man.
Right.
And like we were talking about maybe doing it. My family owns a big piece of property. But maybe having a big reception on our property.
That's awesome, man.
It's
way
like
to
renting
do
out
it.
some huge tents and just dressing it all up. She's an interior designer, so she has an eye for that. But
oh man, she's gonna kill it. She's gonna have your wedding planned in a week,
dude,
bro. What are you talking about?
I got Pinterest now. I'm gonna all over Pinterest boards. So. I get TikToks every other day, so man, I'm just going with the flow. I'm enjoying the process so far. Hopefully she can move back here, or whether I'm down in Charlotte, I'm hoping she can get a job back here and we can kind of get rolling on really planning everything.
Yeah.
That's definitely tough to do it from a distance.
Right.
But other than that, man, been good.
It's exciting. No, that's exciting
sweet.
shit, man.
It's exciting stuff.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother stage in your life,
it's a
bro.
big
like,
step.
It is.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, you guys been dating for a while too, and
yeah, dude.
I mean,
we met my sophomore year of high school.
Yep.
So we've been together for a while, off and on, had some rough patches, but you know, at the end of the day, dude, it's just like, hell, it's like, what's that next step you take, right? It's like trying to progress, get better. We always push each other to do our best. Like, she's been kicking ass down in Charlotte, and it's just like, what's next? Like, what do you want to do? Like, I'm 23, dude. Like, I want to have a young family. I want to do a lot of different things, and it's just, makes so much sense, just where we're at in our relationship, but also with just today's economy, dude. Like financially, everything's expensive, man. Like so, you know, it's definitely been awesome.
It's cool whenever you start like talking about things like that too. You know, whenever you're like you bring it into fruition by like talking about it. Like even with yourself, Josh. Like you told me like for months prior that like I want this GTI. Like and that was like I can't decide if it's like a GTI or a new Jetta, and it's like call me in and tell me you got a new GTI. I'm like, it's cool as shit. Like,
dude,
once you start saying shit, dude, I'm telling you, like,
manifest it.
Yeah,
you know? Like it was
start
definitely
talking about it.
You got to be patient with stuff like that too, like long-term goals. But like, once you speak it, like you can kind of put everything in motion. So, yeah, it's easier than people think. I think.
I think people don't understand how people always want instant results. Too.
Yeah.
I think that's the other issue. Like,
or they get discouraged right off the bat if something doesn't work out, and they're like, oh, well, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, people always want just their plan A to work. They don't either have a plan B or they just don't want to see their full plan A through. You know, there might be setbacks and all the other things that come about, but you just got to kind of stay, you know, the path. That's all it is, man. Like
you could tie that into like relationships too, though. Like there's so many people that like one thing happens and it's over.
Yeah, it's like
they give up on it, and it's like it's not worth it. And part of it, I think, is because there's just so many like options right at your fingertips.
Well, we're such in a social media age, dude. Like,
I was gonna say, I feel like it's our age.
I was talking to my friend Brock about this actually, randomly, like over text one night, about how like when you're surrounded by like, sometimes having like a bunch of choices is like more harmful in the long run than, so like for example, if you go to a car place and there's like 25 different versions of a car, it's like a lot harder to choose versus if there's only 3. Yeah. So like same thing with like, you kind of see it now, like you have Tinder, Hinge, like all these different dating apps and stuff, or just Instagram, social media too. Now you have all these options, and it's like, well, what if this person's better?
It's not authentic, man.
It's crazy.
It's not authentic. People don't like do man. You know what I mean? A lot of those I feel like are just for hooking up.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
but what's crazy though, man, is it changed the way that so many people like view relationships and meeting people too. When you think about it, versus like back in the day, whenever you had to like pick up the phone, call somebody, try to set up a date where you were getting them to go meet you somewhere, versus like swiping left or right, and then it's like you create this like hookup culture now, which is crazy. Like when you think about it, man.
It's definitely wild.
And then it's like you said too, it's like our day and age where it's like instant gratification type things, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure. I think the other thing with me, man, is like my parents. We're high school sweethearts. They've been together since 16. They've been together for like almost 40 years. They're both only 60, so it's like,
if you have that in your life too, and you can see that, like that's a big thing too. Versus like there's a lot of people out there that don't have those type of role models in their life that do set the stage where it's like, this is like cool to do. Like it's not corny. I think a lot of people just like think like, oh, like that's never gonna be me. I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna slay, like all this other shit, you know? And it's like, no, man, having a girl that's like cool, easy going is,
people are so into like short-term results.
Yeah.
You know, no one wants to see the full plan through, like the long term, what it looks like. You're not really thinking. I mean, in college, we all have done it. You're not thinking 5-10 years from when you graduate, like. And we're just getting into that now, but it's like, dude, it's way different. Like, you're not paying the same bills. Like, you actually have to do X, Y, and Z. It's a lot, man. Getting out of school is way different. It's a culture shock.
You turn into an adult real quick.
Oh, man, you grow up, let me tell you.
It's such a big difference outside, but it's worth it once you figure it out and kind of get your bearings figured out.
Find stuff you like.
That's the biggest thing, is you have complete control over, like, you can literally do whatever you want, you know? Stuff that you want to do, stuff that your significant other wants to do. You don't have really a structure anymore that you had to follow, like, all the way up until then.
I want to bring up this tweet you sent me, Josh, because now we're on the college talk. Our cities used to be built like college campuses. They were walkable communities and mixed housing styles, civic centers, public spaces, and other amenities all woven closely together. College campuses are designed for people. Let's start designing our cities that way.
Yeah, I saw that randomly the other day, and I was like, made me think for a second, because I was like, you're kind of right. Like, a college campus is set up for community, like being able to walk easily to places, have everything you need like right there. And you see a lot of our newer like type cities and stuff, or like society in general, has kind of become very like individual. and like you're farther away from stuff like that. I mean, even like Cranberry, where I grew up, like it's a great area to live. It's been fantastic, but you can't really like ride your bike to somebody's house unless they live like in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because like you got to cross 19, like you're going across major 4-lane highways, and versus like a Zelienople down the street where it's like very walkable, very bikeable, the whole town. You have like a little pharmacy and everything right in the town. Like there's pros and cons to each, obviously, but
do you think, this is a counterpoint, do you think colleges are set up like that a lot of the time because they want to keep your money? They want to get you to spend money on campus. They don't want you to go elsewhere. They're trying to keep you to not have to leave. It is like,
it makes a bubble.
Good
it
and
makes
bad.
it,
It's a bubble though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they definitely do it on purpose to kind of get their priorities and like make people stay around campus and create that community and stuff. So that's part of the reason they're like that.
Yeah.
But
maybe it's not a bad thing, right?
No.
They said that's what the guy said. He was like, this is a big reason why people say college was the best years of your life, because like you said, I think it adds to like the bubble factor where you're in this community, so to speak. And I mean, New Wilmington probably is like a community that is like that, where you could just walk around and shit.
I mean, I think any of the cities like way back in the day, like 1700s when the U.S. was first getting started, like they were all set up like that because the transportation just wasn't an option. Like you couldn't, you had to be nearby. So as time progressed, you were able to start moving away. And there's pros to that too, I think. I think that's a great asset. But I think you do lose out on some of the benefits that you might get like when everybody's living nearby. Like I can walk over to that tree and it's Joe's house and like, hey man, let's watch this game. Like you can't do that. For most people, they'll never be able to do that again unless they're living in like, they get lucky in like an apartment or something.
Yeah, right.
I feel like people don't do that anymore either, like in neighborhoods, which kind of sucks. Like I remember back when we were growing up, like you would just run over and like run into your neighbor's house.
Yeah, you wouldn't even
like you don't see that happen anymore in
I feel
neighborhoods.
Would never knock. You would go in.
Yeah.
Doors unlocked. You just
run right into the house.
I feel like the next gen may not experience that, which is kind of sad, but
it is. No, yeah,
it's the way it's going.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Who knows though, man? It might be like our generation of parents too, where it's like you re-spark that again, because like you grew up with it, and you know that when you were a kid, like this is what we did. Next thing you know, like you have your parents that are like our generation. They're like, hey, yeah, just come over whenever. So I don't know. Maybe like when our generation becomes parents again, versus like the iPad kids now, you know. That
right.
that dude, I learned that saying for like the first time ever too. My sister I was watching YouTube while I was eating breakfast. She was like, "You're an iPad kid." And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" She's like, "You're watching YouTube while you're eating breakfast on your phone."
Honestly though, like
I guess I am an iPad kid.
When I'm eating something, usually I pull something up. Like
right.
At least when I'm like on my own, like
I probably pull up YouTube when I'm eating.
YouTube or
like,
something.
I think when I get home at night and I'm like, you know, make dinner and I'm eating, it's like I feel like that's the time to be on my phone.
Yeah.
Just because I'm by myself, I'm relaxing. It's just the best time to do it.
You've been working all day. You haven't been able to really be on it.
Yeah, but like
then 2 hours goes by.
But like that's our generation. We need to be on our phones unless someone's texting you or calling you. It's like hell.
That's the thing. Think about before any of that was possible. Like, what did we do?
Like,
did I eat dinner? I just ate. That was it. I guess you usually had the TV on or something. But
right, you have a Blue's Clues or whatever. That
is so strange when you think about it. Like, no, like I just sat there and ate food.
Yeah, you're on the toilet. Like,
damn, this is a side note. Did anyone see that bee's nest up there?
Where?
Above your car.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Dude, that's a wasp.
Big one.
That's a wasp nest, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It looks like I haven't seen anything fly in it at least.
You better run to get out of there.
We'll have to get a B-roll.
It falls on us.
Hopefully they are dead in there right now.
Cue the B-roll.
That's crazy.
Holy! I don't know how I even just saw that, but
that's bigger than like 2 basketballs.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You parked right on there.
We were standing right there.
Bro, what if it gets windy and it's not?
We get attacked. I mean, those are bees over there, right? You think they live in there?
Yeah, no, I bet Krantz. This is like the coolest setup at New Wilmington, and I'm pissed off that I didn't realize this till my senior year that this was like accessible back here.
Yeah, dude, you can come back here. We used to
just
come back
walk
here all
around.
the time.
Yeah, walk around. Like we have the bird blind set up over there. Dude,
Yeah.
there is miles upon miles of trails back there too that you
Pretty,
can just
man.
walk on.
They bought a lot of this out. I think they actually are selling some of it, aren't they? They getting rid of some in the field station, or didn't they at some point?
Probably. I think it was the ones over there to the right, like close
Okay.
to that horse farm.
Gotcha.
Because I know Krantz had a lot of the apiary set up over that way.
Right.
But dude, they're like, you talk about bird box, bro. Like that field over there is really just full bird boxes.
I built that bird box over there.
Are you serious?
That's
incredible.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That is really cool.
Unless they replace them every year, we've definitely like.
I doubt it, bro. That's probably your bird box. You should go and sign it.
Put your name on there.
This is JM.
Joe was here.
JM was here.
That's funny. Any big goals for this fall as we wrap
That's a
it
good
up?
one. I like it. I think
Close out the year.
big goal for me, like Joe said, I think it's like next steps in life type of things where it's like, all right, we're working, we're like figuring this thing out. What's our next steps here? For me, like, I mean, I think me and Joel's are like grinding together, which is like it's a cool, fun part. So it's like, keep your head down, grind, do better at what I'm doing currently, try to work up there, and work up in the system there, which would be exciting. And I could like see the steps forward in our company. So it's cool, man. And it's like, just like have fun along the way too. I know we're both like living at home too. So we have some like trips that we want to go and do versus like getting each other gifts. That's what I told her. I was like, we're not big on like gifts. We're not materialistic type of things. Yeah. So I told her, I was like, why don't like we skip like all the gifts things and like go on trips or like do things on the weekends.
Such a fire idea.
Yeah, you know, like save it for like save the birthday gifts or Christmas gifts and like
whatever at that point.
Yeah, right. You know,
presents is all you need nowadays, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm serious, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
To be around your people,
right?
People you love. That's all you need, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh? What are your goals for this wrapping up this year?
Big goals. Honestly, one was just kind of like get back to doing stuff more creative, like more to myself. Big step in that was when I left Treesdale at the end of the year, so I can finally do full-time video stuff.
Yes,
it's a big step.
I forgot to bring that up earlier.
No,
dude,
you're good.
But that's huge.
I mean, I've been almost doing it for a while now, but this was like, all right, let's cut the safety net and just see what happens. So doing that and then utilizing all the free time that I have now to do other things like golf and make videos, like kind of how we started, where we just like messed around, like go check out, like you said, take a trip, go see a waterfall or something. So like little stuff like that through the fall, and then just kind of keep putting myself in a good step to like take that next life step, like move out, whether that's an apartment or get a space, like a house or something. Also maybe try to get some expansion stuff for Orchard Acres. I think that's like the only way it's gonna grow is like with more than one person. So kind of figuring that out, see how to do it the right way and not force it, so that everybody benefits. And
it's so cool. It's so cool you guys are back at the starting spot today. Both of you. Joe is back from Texas. Josh is up here.
I mean,
this is where it all started for like all of us, dude. It's cool.
It is cool. I mean, literally, I remember you DM'd one day. You're like, hey man, like I saw your videos. Like I've been trying to do it too. And he was playing at the time too. Remember we went and edited that video like in the Mac lab that one day.
Oh yeah.
We spent like 8 hours, and then you're like, I got to go to the team meetings or whatever, and I was like, I'll finish it. And then I sent it to you. You're like, yo, this is crazy. That's kind of where it all started.
It really
right
did.
here around then.
Now we're back for homecoming like some old heads.
Yeah, dude. 3, 2, 1.
Yep, right. Literally.
So we'll see what happens, but it's pretty cool. What about you?
Oh man, I think just trying to continue to grow, man. I mean, outside of my relationship that I hit on earlier, man, I've lost a lot of weight. I'm down like 25 pounds.
I was gonna say, man, yeah, you're looking good, brother.
I've lost like 25 pounds, so just continue to like, mentally and physically just continue to grow, figure out business. That'll all come with it, but man, just enjoying life right now while we're present, man. So I'm just happy to be back, see some of my old buddies, see you guys, and so wrap up the year on a good note and just see what's to come next year, man. Exactly. 2024 almost already.
That's weird. It's weird to think about. Man. It is weird, but we're gonna go enjoy homecoming. Yeah. So we're gonna go see some old friends. But we appreciate everybody tuning back in. Season 2, episode 1.
Complete.
MVP.
Like, subscribe, give
Peace.
us a follow.
A lot more episodes coming soon.
We out. That was